Hey y'all, thank you very much for tuning in today. Hope you guys have a most excellent day today. So today's video is going to be a bit left field for me. It's not going to be the usual fun, art and fursuit side of the fandom. This is going to be a call out video because I am going to be calling out a guy named Boltz Ban. Now, a fair few of you may know him. He has a fairly decent following over on TikTok. He's got about 10,000 followers. Again, on YouTube and other places, he's got about 1,000, maybe 2,000, I think, followers. So this guy is fairly well known, and I am going to be making a call out video because this guy has commissioned some absolutely disgusting art involving his persona and a cub, a puppy. So yeah, sit back, grab some popcorn because it's going to be a bit of a wild ride. And it's more than just the art that he's commissioned. There is multiple things that this guy has done that absolutely disgusts me. So stick to the end to hear about all of it. And this is 100% fact. I have screenshots and other evidence backing this up. So anyone thinking this is just furry drama and hearsay, no, I got it all, and I am more than willing to share this around if anyone asks for the proof. So this is more than just my word against his. This dude is legitimately, disgusting. So a little bit of backstory. Boltz Ban, he did come to a local fur meet a couple of months back. He has featured in one of my videos. To my shame, I didn't know at the time that he had commissioned this art, but he had. And he seemed like a fairly decent, normal background furry. Had a cute fursuit. Unfortunately, the fursuit maker has found out about what's happened and is utterly disgusted to have even worked with a dude, not only because of this incident, but other things that have happened involving the fursuit and an After Dark account. So I feel really bad for the fursuit maker in this case. But yeah, he seemed like just every other furry. Whenever he talked to me, he seemed alright. He did ask me a lot of questions about the army because he was thinking about joining. And he just seemed like a generic furry. Well, it turns out that there was a lot more to him than meets the eye. Now, as you guys may know, I help organise the local fur meets, and as part of that, I did get given information from an anonymous source that he had commissioned art of his persona with a puppy. And they provided proof from his After Dark Twitter account, which he has never denied was him. They have provided proof of this. It is censored. I was utterly disgusted when I first saw it. I was like, bruh, why would you commission that? Why, what goes into your head making you look at a character, in this case, Chase from Paw Patrol, and think, you know what, that's hot. What makes you think that? What makes you think that you want to shag that? So after I was given this intel, I did approach the organising team for the local fur meets. I raised the concern, I provided the evidence that I'd been given by the anonymous source, and we voted unanimously to ban Boltz from the local fur meets. Now, I offered to break the news to Boltz because, I'd raised the concern with the staff, so it seemed like my duty. And I did approach Boltz, I messaged him, I laid out exactly why we were banning him, and his response was, yep. Followed by, shortly after, him trying to argue the fact, trying to justify him commissioning feral cub porn. He went on at great length about how it wasn't what it looked like, and he had asked the artist to age up the Chase because somehow, looking at a child character and thinking they're hot is justifiable if you age them up to a number picked by the law. Now, my most excellent investigation team, when they went and talked to the artist in question, because we did track them down, the artist said they had no knowledge of Paw Patrol, so they didn't know that this character was a puppy. And in discussions with Boltz never once discussed age or aging up the character. So it's clear that Boltz wanted porn with his persona and a puppy. So Boltz lied out of his ass to multiple people saying, oh, I asked them to age it up. It's not what it looks like. And after completely failing to justify to me why he had done it, he then goes on to blame me as if somehow I had made this decision to ban him on my own and it didn't involve the rest of the organising team. Now, the chairman of the local fur meets is my good buddy Lord Suka. And Boltz started saying that, why didn't this come from Lord Suka? Obviously, this isn't the organising team making the decision. This is obviously Shrapnel making a decision on his own. Because I don't know what he was thinking, because I didn't have anything against him up until learning about this. So naturally, my response is to just send a photo of, half of the organising team in the room with me, discussing the matter, proving that it wasn't just me making the decision because I hate him, but this was, a unanimous decision. But he wasn't having any of it. He was like, why isn't this coming from Lord Suka? Why isn't he telling me? And then he blocked me, and I figured that was the end of it. No more drama, nothing going down. He's banned, we're all happy, we'll never see him again. But no, this dude then goes off and starts harassing other members of the organising team in their DMs. And that was it. When he sent this message to Lord Suka, I was just like, nah, bro, don't go doing that to my friends. That's not cool, dude. And that's why I'm making this video, because I'm not having him treating my friends like that. I'm making you all aware of this disgusting, filthy man and what he has done. And he then goes and edits his bios to include this, as if this somehow proves that he is, against this sort of thing, that, somehow having this in your bio makes you innocent, despite the fact that we have actual proof of it on his After Dark Twitter account from multiple sources. This didn't just come from one person. Multiple people have sent us screenshots of this disgusting art. But he thinks he can just wriggle out of it after the fact by putting this in his bio. I mean, that just screams of covering your own ass. And as some people have pointed out to me, of projection. As if, he's putting this on there to cover for the fact that he's into this kind of stuff. Now, you may be asking me, why aren't you going to the cops with this? And that is a legit justified question. And unfortunately, it's because of a bloody loophole in the law. Now, you look at the Coroners and Justice Act 2009, that is the legislation that brought images drawn of child pornography under the law and made them illegal. Now, you look at section 62 and 65(2)(a), that's a section about the images specifically when they're drawn. But then you go on a little bit further, and unfortunately, it specifies that it has to be an image of a person. Now, Boltz could quite easily get a lawyer to argue that Chase from Paw Patrol is not a person, and therefore it's not covered under CARJA 2009. So that's why I can't really go to the police with this. Now, if any of you legal beagles out there think I'm wrong about this, please tell me. Bring me some precedents. This is disgusting, and as a fandom, we need to deal with this type of person more vigorously. Now, as if commissioning feral cub porn wasn't bad enough, this dude is also a prolific trans chaser. Now, I've heard this from multiple sources following learning about the initial art, that he has chased people solely because they are trans. He fetishizes trans people to the point where he actually suggested to one person that they get bottom surgery because he didn't want to use a fleshlight, and a trans person feels better than a fleshlight. Now, I am paraphrasing Boltz here. This isn't my words, but that is utterly disgusting. That is pure filth. And it's not just one person mentioning him being a trans chaser. We've got multiple sources on this. Again, he is prolific. And when he doesn't get his way, he throws his toys out of his pram. He insults people in the vilest way. He direct messages people, calling them piece of shit. All that kind of stuff, just because he doesn't get his way. He is a most heinous person. I cannot believe I featured him in one of my videos, and it galls me to think that we hung out at a fur meet, because the things this guy was doing at that time behind the safety of his After Dark Twitter account is utterly it's grim, man. And according to my contact in UK Furs, this isn't the first time he's been brought up on being a utterly shitty person. And this guy is moving amongst the furry circles out there. He is attending fur meets, although hopefully not for much longer. He is going to conventions. He is actually a mascotter who does charity work in a chase mascot. the character that he has porn of his persona shagging is a character he has a mascot of that he does charity work in. Now, how creepy is that? The fact that he's working around children. And like I said, I have evidence of all of this. I have no qualms about sharing this information with other fur meet organisers or convention organisers. And this is just the evidence provided to me. I'm not a follower of any of his After Dark accounts, so I don't know what other grim stuff he gets up to over there. There may be more out there that I just don't know about, and frankly, I don't want to know about what else he's been doing. I honestly think he shouldn't be part of this fandom. He shouldn't be allowed to attend any events arranged by this fandom. I mean, he's straight up banned for life from the local fur meets, and I know he's banned from life for a fair few other fur meets as well. But yeah, we need to cut this vile piece of filth from our fandom. We don't need the likes of him in the furry fandom whatsoever. He is the minority that gives the rest of the fandom a bad name. So I realise this is a pretty grim subject for me to be doing a video on, so I'm not going to ask if you all enjoyed it. I realise it's, not what you guys want to see, but you do need to know about this kind of stuff. And I'd like to give a shout out to my most excellent patrons for supporting me in my videos, helping me do this YouTube stuff, helping me bring this information to you guys. I mean, it's not my usual shtick. I usually talk about art and fursuits and fun, happy furry fandom stuff. But this guy attacked me personally. He attacked my friends. He made vile comments to my friends. And you all needed to know about this, okay? So that being said, I hope you guys have an excellent weekend, a most amazing year, and I will see you guys in the next video, hopefully about something a little bit more fun. Thank you very much.